In the Mind of a Man is brought to you by BetterHelp. Hey guys, I know therapy can be a huge investment, but the state of your mind is just as important as your physical health. You know, I've been going to therapy for a while now, as everybody knows, and I'm telling you right now, therapy has been the best investment that I've ever put into myself. Let's talk numbers. Traditional in-person therapy can cost anywhere from $100 to $250 per session, which adds up fast. But with BetterHelp Online Therapy, you can save on average up to 50% per session. And if you go as much as I do, that's a lot of money. With BetterHelp, you can pay a flat fee for weekly sessions, saving you big on cost and time, which we all need. As you guys know, I've been going to therapy for a while. Or if you haven't known, you're going to find out this season. I've been going to therapy for a while, and it's absolutely changed my life. I was definitely very skeptical of it. But, you know, after I went, now I feel like I absolutely love going. It sets my week, and I just feel so much better about myself. It isn't for just those who've experienced major trauma. It's for everybody, guys. With over 30,000 therapists, BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform, having served over 5 million people globally. Your well-being is worth it. Visit BetterHelp.com/JaxTaylor to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp.com/JaxTaylor. Hey everybody, welcome back to In the Mind of Jax Taylor. How's everybody doing? I'm glad you guys are back. You know, last week's episode was probably, I can't even explain to you how embarrassing and demoralizing and just every word that you can think of. Last episode was bad. And I got to be honest with you, I only saw tidbits. You know, as you know, I don't really watch myself on TV. I've never really watched myself on TV, and this season is no different. So that being said, you know, again, I hope you guys are enjoying the show. We have a long way to go in the season, and yeah, I'll just leave it at that. So anyway, a little bit of trending topics right now. Some new television shows that are coming out right now. For those of you that love your reality shows, I'm all caught up on mine right now. So except for 90 Day Fiance, which I think came out yesterday. Shoot, I'm behind. I got to watch that. The fourth part of the reunion on 90 Day Fiance. And of course, they left Gino and Jasmine to the very, very end. My favorite couple. I got to say, Jasmine is great TV. If you guys watch her or not, whether if you're Team Gino or Team Jasmine, it doesn't really matter. They're both great. They both are right and they both are wrong, in my opinion. But tonight is the final Monday night was the final episode of 90 Day Fiance, The Last Resort, and I'm really looking forward to watching that. I got a question here. Am I Team Gino or Team Jasmine? I'm Team both. I got another question. Whose side am I on, Rob or Sophie? I love Sophie, so I am Team Sophie. Rob had some stuff come out on the internet about him. I'm not sure if that's true or false or not. But that must have been very disheartening for Sophie, considering what she saw. So that's where I stand on that show. It's probably my favorite reality show on right now. But you know what? There's a couple other shows that I really, really like. I don't know if you guys watch them or not. There's a show called The Baldwins. I really like that. I'm a fan of Alec Baldwin. It's my generation. He's hilarious. Watched him on Saturday Night Live for years. But the fact that he's got so many kids, I didn't realize he has like a litter. And his wife is absolutely beautiful. You know, she kind of really gives it to him on the red carpet a few times. She really doesn't let him speak. And she kind of almost is a little rude to him on the carpet. I know it was kind of trending for a while about how she talks to him. Denise Richards' new Wild Things, actually, that's pretty good. Talks about her and her family, and it's pretty funny, too, with her and her daughters. We got Love is Blind UK coming back. They are making a new Housewives show, believe it or not. They are doing Housewives of London. Housewives of London. So the brand is expanding. We got a show called Love or Lies. Looks like an innovative dating show where actors are mixed with real contestants, challenging participants to find genuine connections amongst deception. Building the Band. We've all seen these before. You know, Nicole Scherzinger. I can't say her name right. And Kelly Rowland, looking for, you know, performers and singing. I never really got into singing shows. I'm not into any of that. And of course, how am I forgetting this? The return of Stassi Schroeder back to reality TV on Vanderpump Villa. And people are asking me what I think about that. I think it's absolutely amazing. The world needs Stassi on their TV. She is great TV. I'm so happy that she's back on TV. I wish she was on our show. I really do, but I totally understand why. I totally get it. I totally get her reasoning. She's amazing. I don't like to really watch anything. uh, I don't. No, that's not true. I do watch some Housewives and some Vanderpump shows, but I do want to see how. I haven't seen Stassi in so long, so I kind of really want to see how she does on this show. So I'll probably watch a little bit of that, and I guess she's getting her own show as well. From what I was reading, that her and her friends, Taylor, who I've met before, she's very lovely, and her family, Bo, and it looks like some other people as well, are going to be on the show. So that's going to be kind of interesting to see. So I'm excited for that. What other shows? They have Love is Blind coming back, and I'm sure I haven't seen anything about Love Island, but I'm sure that show's coming back, and I'm sure Ariana is going to be hosting that. I haven't read anything that she's not. And I don't know, I don't see it, but I heard a rumor. I'm not quite sure. I actually thought about this. This was one of my nights where I was sitting here writing. I was like, man, you know what they should do is they should make a reality show on the Housewives' kids, kind of a spinoff of a spinoff. And it comes, and I was reading a little bit, and they are doing this, apparently. They are doing a reality show. I'm not sure if it's based in LA, New York, Miami, I'm not sure. But they're taking, I think, the housewives, their kids, so their offspring, and they're making their own show, which is kind of, I guess, kind of funny. I guess kind of cool. I probably will tune into that. Um, yeah, I mean, why not, right? So anyway, I also got a question. Would you guys ever do a Vanderpump reunion show? And I thought about that. I'm like, oh, absolutely. I would love to, maybe not right now, obviously, but maybe between, maybe 5 to 10 years for everyone to come back and do a reunion show. I was actually doing a podcast the other day, and we talked about it and putting us on an island. That way there's no distraction. We're not kind of doing our day to day and our livelihood. It's kind of taking all of us and our families and putting us on an island, like White Lotus style, and for 2 weeks, and just filming all of us back together again. I think that would be an awesome idea. Again, I think it's a little bit too soon to talk about that, but I definitely would be on board for that. So, yeah, that's the shows coming out right now. Again, it's pretty interesting. I'm not sure what you guys think about this, but anyway, so we're going to get into some of the questions now that you guys had. Today's going to be kind of like a freestyle day. Okay. And, here we go. So, I don't have the names to some of you guys for these questions. I apologize, but, I'll try to get to as many questions as I can. Okay, first one. Have you forgiven your friend that hooked up with Brittany? No, that's never going to happen. I just obviously, I've made peace with it now. It's like I said, I was very angry, obviously, in the beginning. I'm still angry now. But it is what it is. There's nothing I can do about it. Being angry is just it causes more stress. Do I wish it never happened? Absolutely. Will I ever talk to that guy again? Absolutely not. Do I know where he is? No, I don't. Is Brittany still talking to him? I honestly don't have any idea. But you guys want to know something really interesting? When this happened, I called Tom Sandoval. Actually, not when this happened. I'm sorry. This was probably about 4 months ago. I called Tom Sandoval and I said, "Hey, man, I just want to say I'm sorry." And he's like, "What are you sorry for?" He's like, "I want to say sorry because I never really truly apologized to you over the Kristen situation that I did years ago." And he's like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, when I, had relations with Kristen while you were kind of on and off again with her. And, until this happened to me, I didn't really realize how bad that this hurts and like how bad the betrayal was. And it's almost like the ultimate betrayal to do to somebody. And just like the deep rooted pain that I felt, because Julian was my friend. I've done a lot for that guy, and I would pay for his things, pay for his drinks, his meals, and all this. And I thought he was my friend, and Tom's been my friend a lot longer, many, many, many years. And it's almost even worse, actually, for what I do to Tom, because we've been actually really, really good friends. But anyway, this long story short, I called him and just said, "Hey, listen, I'm so sorry." And he's like, "Man, it happened years ago." I go, "I know it happened years ago, but it happened to me. And I don't think I would have really known the pain or discomfort, and I don't think I could have given a true apology unless I've gone through it. And I just want to let you know, and I know it means nothing, that I'm sorry and I love you, man. And he's just said, he's like, thank you so much for that call, and thank you so much for saying that. It means a lot. I know it happened years ago. It doesn't mean much anymore, but the fact that I remembered that and he remembered that, it just made me feel really good. So, anyway, another thing, Christian said I was never deployed in Afghanistan, and that's why you have a freedom tattoo. That is not true. I was deployed. I was in the Navy. I was in Bahrain. I was in Kosovo, and I went to Afghanistan. Again, I didn't actually step foot in these countries, but I was in the Navy. We were in a boat, so we supplied air support to all the troops that were on the ground. So I did a short stint in the Navy, and those were the places I went: Bahrain, Afghanistan, and Kosovo. So I don't know why she said it. The reason I got the freedom tattoo on my back, I honestly don't know why. That was probably the most tragic thing out of all this, was getting the word freedom on my back. I don't know what I was thinking. I was very young. I was with my buddy. I think we were where was I when I got that tattoo? I think I was in San Antonio, Texas. I was in my schooling for the military there. And I went to a tattoo parlor across the street from the Alamo. And I went and I was like, I don't know what I was thinking. I really don't. I don't know why I said, let's put the word freedom on my back. I don't know. I wish I had an answer for you, but we do a lot of dumb things when we're young, and that's one of them. So yesterday, by the way, and I talked to Tom yesterday about this. I know a lot of people are asking. Sandoval went on Johnny Banana's podcast yesterday, and he was talking about the past and talking about things that I used to talk about, just to talk about on TV. And he's not wrong. I definitely did all that. I talked to him yesterday. I'm like, what? Why are you bringing all this up? He's like, dude, you're not like that now. He was asking about things in the past and how you guys used to act. And he's like, dude, it's clickbait. We need to say things like that. And he's like, if you listen to the whole thing, then you would say he's not like that anymore. He's like, these are the things and the antics that we all used to do. Apparently he got into it with Tom, and he got into it with other people and stuff like that. But obviously, the Valley's on, and my name's a trending topic. So, they use that as their teaser, which I totally get. And after he told me, he's like, yeah, I totally get that. He's like, I meant no harm by that. He's like, we all did dumb shit back then. And, we had to do what we had to do to make things interesting. And he's not wrong. Like I said, I would literally bring up pretty much anything that was interesting to talk about, whether it was on the show or not the show, because it would literally lead to other topics. Like I would bring up something random and, kind of like almost like a gap filler. If there was like kind of some dead silence, I would just talk about random things, and then it would spark something else that happened. So I don't know. And it wasn't a lie. We would just kind of talk about things that really didn't make much sense back then, just to kind of create other topics. So yeah, I'm not mad at Tom at all. We talked about it yesterday, and I totally get where he's coming from. And as you guys know, there's things called clickbait, right? They need popular topics or popular subjects, and so people click onto it, and then they hear the whole thing, and then they're like, oh, okay, that's how it went. So definitely not mad at Tom about that at all. Has anyone else from the Vanderpump group hooked up with that we don't know about? Ooh, that's a good question. Has anyone else from the Vanderpump group hooked up that we don't know about? Well, you know that Max and Katie hooked up, I'm sure, right? So I don't think so. I don't know. I don't think so anymore. Again, we're all older now. Everybody's kind of has kids or married or in serious relationships. I don't think anybody's hooked up with anybody that you guys don't know about. I don't know. Honestly, I don't think so. When will you come to Canada? Well, right now, as you guys know, I'm doing a tour, and I'm kind of going around the U.S. I'm trying to figure out what states are working for me and which ones aren't. And we're going to go through the states first. And then obviously, I'm coming back to Canada. As you guys know, I love Canada. I love it. You guys are so amazing over there. You guys are so respectful and nice and sweet and genuine. And you guys really, really do care about the show. And you guys are just always so sincere over there. And, I'm a big hockey guy. And obviously Canada is the holy grail of hockey. And I just love the town. I love the food. There's just nothing I don't like about Canada. It's just an amazing place. I love it. So I will be there probably after my America tour. I guess you want to call it America tour, the American Cities tour. I'll be heading over there for sure. Definitely coming back to my favorite cities: Montreal, Toronto, Edmonton, Calgary. Hopefully maybe some new cities too. I'd like to hit a few other ones. Okay. Does drama follow you, or do you follow drama? I'm going to say a little bit of both. In my heydays in the beginning, I love the drama. I still do. I still do. I mean, I'm going to be honest. I'm always like, where's the tea? Tell me what's going on. But I like to create it too. I'll create it. I'll create something out of nothing. And I feel like I was really, really good at that. I would find something very small and pull at that thread till it was something huge, and I think I was pretty good at that. I could really seek it out. It was fun. It definitely got me into a lot of trouble. But at the same time, I don't think you would have had such a successful show if I didn't dive into certain topics that people didn't want me to talk about. Right. So, do you feel like you're truly healing and recovering and putting in the work? Yeah, I do. I really, really do. I mean, I got to say, time isn't going to heal you on its own. You really, really need to put in the effort. You have to make the conscious decision to change, to better yourself. And you got to really put the past in the past. People keep bringing up all this stuff now because we're rewatching something right now that was filmed a year ago. It's really, really hard for me now. I knew this was coming. I knew the show was going to be coming out, and I've worked really hard to get to where I'm at now. Has there been some setback because I'm watching this? Yes. Has there been some flack that people are coming after me on social media? Absolutely. You know, I just, like I said, I hope you guys realize that this is not real time. And I've been working on myself for a very, very long time now to get to a better place, not only for myself, but for my son and just to be better. Drugs and alcohol took a huge, huge part of my life. And I would say 98%, maybe 99% of the things that went bad in my life were due to alcohol and drugs. They had some kind of, you know, some kind of effect on it. I've never really had, and no one's ever really done anything to me. I said that before. Like, I've done everything to myself, So, I think also getting into this, quitting substance is critical, but it doesn't automatically restart your growth. I think for me, I think I have the drugs and alcohol under control. I'm not saying it's fixed, it's under control. But for me, I think the real healing requires, a learning emotional skills, such as, sitting with my discomfort, taking responsibility, being a little vulnerable, building true emotional maturity, things like that, I think are what I'm dealing with now. I really don't have any urges to drink or do drugs. In fact, it makes me sick even just saying it. So yeah, I think that answers that question.
Get this, adults with financial literacy skills have 82% more wealth than those who don't. From swimming lessons to piano classes, us parents invest in so many things to enrich our kids' lives. But are we investing in their future financial success? With Greenlight, you can teach your kids financial literacy skills like earning, saving, and investing. And this investment costs less than that after-school treat. Start prioritizing their financial education and future today with a risk-free trial at greenlight.com/Wondery. Greenlight.com/Wondery.
Craving your next action-packed adventure? Audible delivers thrills of every kind on your command, like Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir, where a lone astronaut must save humanity from extinction, narrated with stunning intensity by Ray Porter. From electrifying suspense and daring quests to spine-tingling horror and romance in far-off realms, unleash your adventurous side with gripping titles that'll keep you guessing. Discover exclusive Audible originals, hotly anticipated new releases, and must-listen bestsellers that hook you from the first minute. Because Audible knows there's no greater thrill than the one that speaks to you. Discover what lies beyond the edge of your seat. Start your free 30-day trial at audible.com/WonderyUS. That's audible.com/WonderyUS.
Here's the next question. Were you or are you at rock bottom? That's a tough question because, I think about it and I think I was very close. I mean, rock bottom is where everything feels like it has like fallen apart. It's the lowest moment in your life and the space where you feel, the most defeated and there's no clear way forward. And that's how I felt. But rock bottom isn't it's not just the end, I don't think. I mean, it's also, you have to look at it as the beginning, right? You get to start fresh. It's a moment of truth where you hope that your past is behind you and you're faced with a choice to rebuild, redefine, rise above and try to, regroup. Your greatest strength in life is transformation in these moments, because when you have nothing left to lose, you gain the courage to create something new. And that's what I've taken from all this. Was I at rock bottom, to answer your question? Yes. For me, that was rock bottom. I think if I would have gotten any more lower than that, I wouldn't be here right now. And that's God's honest truth. So that's the best way I can answer that one. Do you feel like you're truly healing and recovering and putting in the work? I feel like I just answered that. Do you think Brittany sought you out in Vegas and bamboozled you into get on Vanderpump? She was at Sir before. I've gotten this question so many times over the years, so many times, and I want to say I hope not. Her mom knew who I was, but Brittany always tell me she never knew who I was. So um, I want to give her the benefit of the doubt and say no, say no, she didn't know, but who knows? I don't think she would have done something like that. But again, that's I don't know. I get that question all the time, and sometimes I get in my head about it, but I don't think she's that kind of person. What's a big turnoff for men that make them cheat? Okay, this one here, and please don't yell at me about this, or you're asking me this question, I'm going to give you my opinion. It's when you get comfortable in a relationship. It's when you stop the date nights. It's when the romance is dead. It's when the conversations are not had. It's when you stop taking care of yourself. It's when you take each other for granted. It's when you become roommates. It's when you don't talk to each other anymore. It's when the fighting is getting out of control. There's more fighting than there is conversation. It's when you constantly feel like you're walking on eggshells. It's when you dread having sex with your significant other. It's all these things. I can keep going on and on. For me, that's when a man is going to cheat. And to be honest, that's probably when a woman is going to cheat too. I feel like this could go both ways. So, when all these things happen, and I have to say, a lot of this has happened to Brittany and I. You develop, this goes on for a long time. And if you don't catch it in the beginning, if you don't try to fix it soon, months go by, months go by, months go by. And next thing you know, you're so in deep that you can't get back. There's just no getting back. It becomes weird. It becomes awkward. It becomes like you're strangers. And I hate to admit it, but that's what happened to Brittany and I. And I hope she doesn't get mad for me saying this, but I'm just kind of being vulnerable here and being honest, because I feel like there's other couples out there that are going through what we're going through. And instead of getting the help and the therapy and all that stuff, we just didn't do that. We thought maybe we could kind of bully our way through it, or kind of, but you know what, too? I think about it now, and I just don't personally think I am supposed to be in a relationship. I just don't think I'm supposed to be married. I've known this my whole life. I met Brittany and I thought, okay, maybe things are going to be different. I love her and I want to be with her, and this is what you should do, and deep, deep, deep down inside, I've always known that I was never the person to get married. And, I just don't think, and people ask me all the time, are you going to date again? I don't know. I don't want to answer that question because I don't know. As of right now, absolutely not. Like, date the person wasn't the problem. Like, Brittany wasn't the problem. I'm the problem. Like, I just don't, I get bored being in relationships. I don't want to be in a relationship. I just don't like it. I just don't like being in a relationship. I love being a father, love being a father. And I said this before, I will always be there for Brittany. I will be her biggest, a supporter, but I will also be very protective of her too, whether she likes it or not. She'd probably listen to this right now and be like, fuck you, Jax, you're not going to support me or nothing. But I will. Why? Because, she's the mother of my child. So any man that comes into her life, I'm going to be there, and I'm going to be critical, and I'm going to be very, very protective, because, that is my ex-wife, and that is the man that's going to be around my child. So yeah, I'm going to be up in that person's grill. You better believe it. So anyway, I'm sorry that I went on a tangent with that, but I hope that helps. What's the one thing you'd do if you knew you wouldn't fail? Be in a relationship. Be in a relationship. I just think I was doomed from the beginning. I don't think I've ever had a successful relationship in my life. And that's really sad. That's really, really sad to think. I don't know why. I grew up very well. I don't know why I just can't be in a relationship. I'm very honest about it now. Like, I don't know why. I don't know why. That's why, like, when people say, well, what kind of girl are you looking for? Or who are you going to date? It's no, you want to stay away from a guy like me. I am the farthest thing you should date, if that doesn't make any sense. That's why I'm doing this tour, people, to show you I am the walking red flag. I am what you stay away from. Don't go anywhere near a guy like me. And if I can help other girls stay away from men like me, then you know what? I've done my job. I feel like this is my job, is to go out there, talk about my sobriety, talk about my mental health, talk about the struggles that I've had with drugs and alcohol, and also to help women stay away from men like me. I feel like that's what my goal is right now. I kind of want to laugh at that, but it sounds sad, but at least I know what I'm supposed to do now, right? What drama from Vanderpump Rules that you weren't involved in did you find most entertaining? And I'm going to tell you right now, it's not the Ariana Sandoval thing, because I thought that was honestly the most dumbest thing ever to be entertaining. That was not entertaining at all. I don't understand how that got so big, considering everybody on the cast had some kind of cheating or Sandoval, or everybody on the cast had their own Sandoval, quote unquote Sandoval. So I don't understand why this got so big. I really, really don't. I don't know. So much has gone down on the Vanderpump, but I gotta say, what was really, really funny, I wasn't involved indirectly, but I was involved, was the Miami girl situation. Nobody believed me, right? When Tom hooked up with that girl from Miami, then she showed up. And I kind of felt like I felt validated a little bit. Not to rub it in my friend Tom Sandoval's face, but I wasn't involved with that, but I was. And that's kind of because, I think Kristen got a hold of that information somehow, and she kind of took over. And you guys know how Kristen is. She's MacGyver. She'll figure anything out. So, yeah, I think that Miami girl situation, there's definitely a few that have gone on over the years, but definitely not the Ariana Tom thing. That was probably the least interesting things to me, only because I'm involved with them. So I don't consider that entertaining to me. If you could have any superpower, what would it be and why? I would want to be invisible. Invisible, people. Why? Because, well, I would like to be involved with things, but I wouldn't want people to see me. I would like to be in the corner, tucked away, and be able just to, watch what's going on. Also, just right now, like, I just don't want to be around people right now. I'm having, I'm trying to figure out this new life of mine. And there's just times where I just don't want to be around, but I don't want to be around, but I do want to be around, if that makes any sense. Like I don't want to have FOMO, but I don't want to be involved in anything. I want to be able to tap in and tap out kind of thing. So that's what I would want, just because of everything that's going on right now. And plus it would be kind of fun, be able to go into conversations and see arguments going on and not knowing that I'm there. Also, although it could turn against me, they could be talking about me too, but, invisible is what I would like to be right now. I didn't see you in any photos at Kristen's baby shower. Do you feel excluded from the friend group? Yeah, I was not at the baby shower. I do feel a little excluded from the friend group right now. But I understand why. I get it. Everybody's kind of angry at me, and that's kind of comes with what I've done. It's not going to happen. Be quick fix overnight, but it is what it is with that. And I obviously Kristen has her reasons for being mad at me, and I don't know why she comes after me so much. I've worked so hard for her to get back to this world that we're in again, because I know what it's like she knows what it's like to not be liked by a lot of people, then, and almost losing your job. And then for her to come at me a little bit it kind of hurts me a little bit, but I understand. I understand a little bit. We're kind of going back and forth with it right now, but like I said, it's her baby shower. I don't want to cause any stress. It's her day. It's okay. It is what it is. Like I said, it hurts, but it probably wouldn't have been a good idea if I was around. I'd probably make people feel uncomfortable, I guess. I don't know. But I was there for Easter Sunday, and I was with everybody for Easter Sunday, and I was there for Cruz's birthday, and everything was fine. So I don't know. I don't know where we're going to go with that. Do you wish you would have moved back from Florida and away from the life you currently have? I say that all the time, but then again, I wouldn't have the life that I live. You guys have given me so much. And what I mean by you guys, I mean, you guys watching the show all these years has given me such an amazing life, such an amazing platform. I wouldn't have had my beautiful son. Yeah, there's times where I was like, damn, I wish I wouldn't be in this life. Like right now, obviously, right now, what I'm going through, yeah, I wish I just had a normal 9 to 5 and I lived in Florida. And yeah, of course. But the majority of the time, no. I'm very, very blessed. I work super hard to be on reality TV. I love being on reality TV. Yeah, it comes with its ups and its downs, but I love doing what I do. And I think I'm really, really good at it. And so, yeah, I do, wish sometimes I would be back in Florida when the times get tough, right? Like anything else, you want to run from your problems when the time gets tough, right? So, yeah, me running would be me running back to Florida. But part of my growth and part of my process here of getting better is facing my demons and working through the discomfort and being happy where I'm at, not wishing I was somewhere else. Are you able to talk about your journey in AA? So for those of you asking if I'm doing the steps, I am not doing the steps. I just haven't gotten there yet. I really, really, really enjoy going to AA. I'm going to tell you though, in the beginning, I did not want to go at all. I was like, this fucking shit is not for me. I don't need it. Everybody else has a problem. I'm going to be here just because they're making me go here. But you know what? I went and I walked in that door and now I don't go less than 3 times a week. I love going. I've met some really amazing sober people. I've met some just really interesting people. I love listening to people's stories. I can't get over how many people have the same story as me, how many people I can relate to, how many people have done the same shit. Literally, tons of people have done the same. It's like almost like we all us alcoholics, all us drug addicts, we all think the same. And it's just so funny because you're in there and you're laughing. Everybody can laugh at it now because we're all in recovery, right? And if you can't laugh at yourself, then you have to. I don't know what I'm trying to go with that. You should be able to laugh at yourself because we've made it this far and we're beating the system and we're doing good. And you can look back now and be like, what the fuck was I thinking? You have to be able to laugh at it because if you don't, you're gonna hurt yourself. Have you looked into sex addiction programs like Dr. Drew suggested? No, I have not. Should I? You know what? One thing at a time. Okay. I'm working on myself right now. I'm working with dealing with, being sober. Yes. Will I look into it? Eventually, but I can't take too much on right now. It's a little bit overwhelming and, I'm working right now. I'm getting ready to go on tour. I have my sobriety under control. I know a lot of you have reached out to me. Is this a good idea that I do this tour? It is. I've gone to clubs and bars and I've been out in public and I'm around alcohol. It doesn't bother me. It's the other stuff that bothers me. It's being alone. It's the stuff that, sitting by myself and my responsibilities and things like that. That's the stuff that I have to work on. But being around drugs and alcohol is absolutely disgusting to me. I want nothing to do with it. So no, being around it is totally fine. And I have a really good team with me. And if they see me struggling, they know me pretty well, they'll pull me out. But I have a really good routine when I do these things. I like to go in, I say hi to people, I meet them, I give them a hug, I say my spiel, kiss some babies, whatever, and I leave. And the old days, I'd be hanging around, drinking and having fun and acting like an idiot, but those days are over. So no, I'm actually doing really, really well, and I'm excited for the tour. I hope I get to meet everybody in the cities that I'm going to, and I hope. And thank you guys all too that have been reaching out, worried about me too. I appreciate that. I got 2 more questions, then we'll wrap this up. Must be a very dark time for you, now reliving and seeing all the hate online. Who are the people you lean on, and what advice do they give you? I've turned off all my comments and all that stuff on my social media. I knew this day was coming. For months and months and months. We've been planning for this day to come. We knew it was coming. When I say planning by is like emotionally planning, like being mentally prepared for it and knowing that you're going to see things that you worked really, really hard on to fix and it's going to be okay. So yeah, it's hard. And there is some messages that I do see, but you know what? Like I said, we all have demons. We all have dark pasts. We have all done things that we regret. And I'm working hard to move past all that and be better. And just like you guys all out there have done things wrong, have said things that are wrong, have wished they can take things back. I'm no different than you. Okay. The only thing is my life is on TV and you guys sit behind keyboards and just want to troll me and say negative things. That hurts. I'm a human being just like you. The last thing in this fucking world that I wanted is for you guys to see what you saw last week. It's the last thing I wanted. It's if I could take that off, if I could take that away, I wish I could, but I can't. And, you know, I'm hoping that by seeing that, people out there can be like, wow, my husband's going through that. My boyfriend's going through that. My cousin, my brother, my sister is going through the exact same thing he's going through. Who do we call? Looks like Jack's got some help. Who did he call? Maybe we should call somebody. Maybe I can help somebody out there that's going through what I'm going through. And it got to a very, very scary place. But I'm going to beat it. I'm strong and I'm going to beat it. And I really do appreciate the supporters out there. I'm shocked, to be honest, how many people have wrote. Yeah, there's a lot of hate, obviously, but there's a lot of people that are in my corner. And I just want to say thank you guys. You know, the ones that have been by me through all the years and have seen all this. It really means a lot. And I just want to say thank you so much. And I, you know, I will prevail. I promise you, I will be better and things will get good. You don't have to worry about me. And I can't wait to see you guys if I'm coming to your city. One last question and then we'll wrap this up. And everybody wants to know this. What the fuck was with that TMZ article exposing yourself? First of all, okay, listen, this is for all the men out there. Sometimes you need to shift, okay? And guys know what I'm saying. I have sweatpants on, you know, I have baggy clothes. I'm running to the car. It's a hot day. I just whatever. And I didn't know that there was a paparazzi staring at me doing this. I mean, it must have been a slow day at TMZ for them to take a picture of me shifting myself. I'm sorry. I have to shift myself. Guys know what I'm talking. You guys out there know what I'm talking about. Every single man in the world does it. Now, I'm on television. So yes, they're going to catch me doing things that I shouldn't be doing sometimes, such as shifting myself. But we all do it. We all do it. Okay. And ladies, I'm sorry to burst your bubble. All men do this. Okay. Maybe not in blank public like I did all the time, but you know what? I didn't realize there was a camera guy. Like I shouldn't have to be worried about a camera guy walking down the street, but I guess I have to. So I apologize to anybody that I offended. Honestly, I was looking at that picture. I'm like, it's not like I whipped it out. I was just shifting myself. So I don't know what's going on. But I do apologize if I offended anybody. That won't happen again. Sometimes I forget where I am and I just kind of don't care what I do. But anyway, thank you guys for listening this week. It was a good episode. I got a lot of questions in. I love doing these questions. If you guys ever have any more questions, please email or DM at In the Mind of Jax Taylor. We got huge tour coming up. All the cities are located on my Instagram. All the ticket links are on there. Also, don't forget we got merch now. Awesome new merch. I am the talent is my favorite saying right now. That sweater or that hoodie's going off it's flying off the racks. It's really funny. We still have some other ones coming out. The Jax one is obviously very popular. People love that one too. But all the merch is located on my Instagram. All the ticket sales are located on my Instagram. And yeah, that's about it for this week, guys. Thanks for listening. Talk to you later.
Stream all the movies and shows you love for free on Pluto TV.
Say what now?
Showtime. That means drama is free with heart-wrenching stories from Love and Basketball, Power, and Greenleaf.
In this family, we live by the Spirit.
And laughter is free with gut-busting comedies like Key and Peele, The Neighborhood, Everybody Hates Chris, and Boomerang. Watch all the hits, all for free, from all your favorite devices.
Oh my God, I love it!
Feel the free Pluto TV. Stream now, pay never.